Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're just gonna do an art stream. I don't know why I said that in such a singy way, but hey, you're not here for my vocals, you're here for my craziness. Oh my gosh, I'm like so burpy. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm so burpy today. I didn't even have that much like for lunch. I just had like cereal. That's all we had. We just had cereal, so I ate cereal. Hello, welcome in, Benku. Oh yeah, you're from Twitter. Hi. You've never come into my chat before? How no. Sorry, we're always weird to newcomers. But hello, Benku, welcome in. Do you mind if I call you Ben? No way, if I call you Ben, then I'm gonna end up having to call you Uncle Ben, and then you'd end up dead. So, yeah, we're gonna just go with Benku. Okay, well, it's your funeral. Oh no, no, don't finish the line. Don't finish the line. No, we don't need you to finish that line. Do not finish that line. We don't need, I don't need a canon event. I have so many canon events. We don't need more. Oh, I'm already dying. I'm already crying and we've barely started. Oh my gosh. Great thing about streaming, you gotta know how to entertain yourself. That's literally the first tip everyone tells me, and I'm like, don't worry, I got that down pat. I just laugh a lot. I literally think of stuff and I start laughing, and everyone just goes and looks at me like I'm a weirdo, and I'm like, look, I might have no friends, but I might be able to make myself laugh still. I'm a VTuber on the internet. It's funny that people think I have friends. Just means you're fun. Okay, well, I've gotten plenty of weird looks though, so I don't know how fun it is. I'm just such a giggly person. Like, when I'm nervous, I start laughing. When I'm sad, okay, the funny thing is, so people have actually heard me cry before, and they're like, oh my god, I couldn't tell if you were crying or if you were laughing. And then when I laugh, they think that I'm crying, and I'm like, no, I'm laughing. So they're very confused. My laughing and crying is undistinguishable from each other, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I wish that I could say it was a good thing, but I've gotten it so many times at this point that I'm just like, wow. I will say though that most of it is like over like phone stuff, so I think people can't distinguish it when they just hear me. But then when people look at me, they can distinguish it. But even still, I've gotten the thing of like, are you crying? And I'm like, no, I'm laughing at something. Because like I don't want to laugh too loud, so I hide my face like I'm crying because I don't want to laugh too loud. So I start looking like I'm shying away and crying, but I'm not crying. I'm all happy because I don't want to be too loud. I'm so loud with most of my laughs. The reason that most of the time my mic cuts out is because I laugh too loud for the mic. So if you ever hear me and then all of a sudden I'm like laughing and stuff and you can see that I'm visibly laughing but the mic is cut out, it's because I'm laughing too loud. And by the way, I have my mic gain set so low on my mic, it still cuts out. My laughs are too powerful for the mic. So that's why when I get too giggly and laughing, I have to try and restrain myself because I'm like, I gotta make sure people can hear me because sometimes I'll be laughing too loud and then I'm trying to talk and no one can hear what I'm saying. As is the average day of a loud laugher. My mother's louder though. Literally. My mother sounds like she screams sometimes when she laughs. Because what she'll do is she'll start off with a big oh, and then the rest of her laughs are kind of like normal. So all of a sudden from the other side of the house, I just hear her go like a screaming, oh! And I'm like, oh, is she scared of something? Because it sounds like she saw a bug. Like, you know when a like old lady sees a bug and they just scream in that certain way? Yeah, that's the start of my mother's laugh. But then she'll keep that volume sometimes. So sometimes when we watch, I forget what what movie we watched. It was like, we went to a movie theater, okay? And my mother and I are really loud laughers. We laugh really loud together. So we watched a movie once and we went to a theater and it was a really funny movie, I guess, because both of my mom and I were laughing and we were covering our mouths because we were really loud. Good thing is we weren't really disturbing many people because we were very close in the front. Not like in front of the screen, like we were just like really close and not really gonna be disturbing that many people. We're basically in like the middle, so there wasn't anybody really in front to disturb us, but or to be disturbed by our laughing. But mostly everyone else was laughing too because it was like a funny movie, so it's like it makes sense to why everybody was laughing. It's just that we laugh really loud and sometimes we just don't know when to stop laughing because we keep laughing because I'm not good. I keep making jokes. I then proceed to keep making jokes and then we keep laughing or we see each other laughing still, so the other starts laughing again. We have very contagious laughter. And apparently, I've asked this on stream. I've been like, hey guys, do you laugh when I laugh? And apparently my laughter is contagious enough to grip you through the screen. So I'm glad that you can deal with this infectious laughter as well. Oh my god. You also never know what kind of laugh you're gonna get. The saddest thing is that apparently you can't hear my tea kettle laugh. That's like one of the few laughs that you can't really hear through the mic most of the time, which is sad because I do want it to be picked up. It's pretty funny. But even I know, like, I feel like somebody's gonna clip that one day and then put me over like some sort of seagull or something, or a race car or something, and I'm gonna be like, you know what? I guess this is my life. My laughs are now just memes. Oh my gosh, my model be breaking so much today. It did be like that. It do be like that, doesn't it? Oh my gosh. We haven't even gotten to the drawing. We're doing drawing today. We're doing art. And you know what? I was like thinking of doing like of working on a sketch that I've been like kind of like procrastinating on doing. I literally, okay, do you want to know when this freaking file was made for this drawing piece? I did redo it. I'm doing it on like a new file because I like upgraded some stuff, so I'm like I'm porting in the sketch and I sketched it again. I started drawing this like beginning of 2024. It's 2025, my guy. I only did the sketch. I have a lot of dead art pieces like that. I like how a lot of people call them like, oh, they're just like abandoned art pieces. No, I'm like, no, they're dead art pieces, man. They're like dead. I like sketched it and then I never touched it again. That's not abandoned, that's dead. So I'm trying to revive it because I really liked the sketch concept of it. So we're gonna kind of work on it a little bit, but then I was like, you know what? Tomorrow is Easter. Why don't I do an Easter drawing today for you all to enjoy? Will George enjoy it? George the frog up here? No, George George will not enjoy it. I will enjoy it. Well, you know, with how most people are with George, I feel like way too many people are actually gonna like this. We're putting George in a bunny outfit. Why? Because I can. Because I'm an artist. I don't need an AI prompt. AI shit to do it. I can draw it with my own hands, which I feel like is much more dangerous. You know what the funny thing is? My boyfriend is also an artist, and I literally tell him, I literally said to him, like, you know, the worst thing is that your girlfriend is an artist and can draw you pregnant. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. When I start coughing a little too much, my asthma actually, or when I start laughing a little too much, my asthma actually starts kicking in, and then I get the coughing. So if you ever hear me laughing a lot and then you hear me coughing afterwards, it's because for some reason, my laughing kind of triggers my asthma a little bit and I start coughing. So don't worry about it. That's pretty normal. My body's weird. I have a very weird body. Fair. But yeah. Oh, speaking of drawing my boyfriend pregnant, we've been like playing around with it a little bit, and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna allow you to draw me pregnant. And I was like, could I put it as a sub goal for my 2.0 debut? And he was like, do it. I'm like, bah! You gotta love it when your partner gives you the okay to draw them pregnant, okay? That's a true relationship there. If your partner lets you draw them pregnant, that's gonna last a lifetime. Considering we've been together for like several years at this point. I mean, yeah. It's so funny. Actually, a funny thing with that, he was saying like, you know, ever since we've been talking about the drawing me pregnant stuff, I've been literally getting like mpreg on my Twitter. I'm like, good. It's as it should be. That is how it must be. Only mpreg. To be fair, I also have that and a lot of yaoi on my shit. So, I mean, and BL and... Look, there's a particular demographic. Mostly my Twitter feed is just art and VTubers, and that's it. Maybe the occasional memes here and there, like really funny, like out of context stuff. Because I like that, that's funny. But I'm slowly corrupting my partner's feed. I'm slowly corrupting it. More and more. I just gotta keep sending him stuff. It'll be corrupted eventually. He tries to corrupt my feed too. I'm like, stop it. Good times. Yeah, exactly. The point is to corrupt the other's feed, okay? That's true partnership. Anyways, let's go over to drawing. Since we're talking about so much of doing art stuff, we might as well just talk about art stuff while we're trying to draw stuff, right? I haven't drawn anything on here. Don't worry. It's supposed to be blank. This is the sketch. Well, technically, this was the sketch. And then I cleaned it up a little bit more. Because it needed to be, like, cleaned up a lot more. The weather has been so weird over here. I'm wondering if that's also causing me to have just a bunch of like stuff. Usually my body is very attuned to weather. Love your style, by the way. Thank you. I've really been improving on it like a lot more over the years, but I think like one thing I need to get better, one particular thing I want to get better at, lighting. Like, I know how to render. I think I know how to render, but it's like more like dynamic lighting. I want to do that more. I gotta like do it with a few pieces. I think I need to do it with like smaller pieces. But I also have like experimental pieces like that one. Not that one. I also do a lot of, I also love doing black and white. That's what I did for center. That's the particular piece that was before this one. Sometimes I like experimenting with different things. So you'll see my art style kind of like jump around sometimes with doing experimental, like an experimental piece. Like that one. That one's a big experimental piece. Just doing like blocking and stuff. It was fun. It's always fun.
www this what we've been waiting for Woo Babby.
What? I'm so confused. What do you mean you've been waiting? What? For the reason for 30. I'm so confused. How to break a VTuber really easily. That. Whatever that was. I lost my train of thought. I lost it. Where was it? I don't even know. It's not leaving the station. It's gone. There is no train on the tracks. I'm so confused now. Honestly, it's not that hard to confuse me, honestly. I remember I was talking about art stuff. Oh yeah, experimental. There you go. I do try and do like other kinds of art. I've been mainly doing, I haven't done like many completed art pieces like this year, just because there's been a lot of stuff going on. But I've been like slowly trying to get back into it. But doing a lot of like chibi art and things like that have been like helping me get back into it. Or like fun little art stuff as well. Like, I actually finished, so, oh my god.
Feel my wrath.
I feel your wrath. I don't know why George doesn't say wrath correctly. George says wrath instead of wrath. George, we gotta get that fixed. George has some list problems. It's okay. Ow. I like how just one singular fish was thrown at me. Honestly, that's probably one of my favorite. Okay, so the thing is, I want to do something. Should I change the fish redeem into a command? And I have a feeling that that's going to be a bad idea. Because I was like looking at some stuff because I was trying to add Mello, one of our viewers. You can redeem for me to turn you into a plushie. And then that plushie is able to be thrown at me with a wonderful plushie attack. Let me see. Where's the plushie attack? Here we go. Oh wait. Where's the smaller one? There we go. Oh, stretch. Thank you. But you can throw plushies at me. So it's literally you guys throwing yourself.
Jesus.
I will send you to Jesus.
Mother, feel my wrath.
How many points do you got there, Potato? I'm a little scared. I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Okay, that makes me more afraid. When they say, I don't know. I just know I have a lot. It's like, how many is a lot? It's like, I don't know. A lot. It's like, honestly, I have a lot in other people's chats. There's literally like somebody that I kind of want to do. They have like a spin the wheel. I do want to add a spin the wheel, like a punishment wheel eventually. So you guys can like spin a wheel and then I have to like do something, right? Or I can turn you into a marketable plushie. And then you can be thrown at me. But yeah, I just finished Mellows today. So he redeemed this last stream. And I am... I don't know how I can make it. I need to make it a redeem that if you've already, like, redeemed it, you can't redeem it again. Because I feel like that could get a little bit broken. We are the most devious of gremlins. Yes. Yes, you are. Honestly, that's how most of my chat is. That's how we always are. That's how we function. I bully you, you bully me. We are a happy family. Oh my god, did I really just do a Barney the dinosaur? Someone said once a long time ago that I looked like Barney the dinosaur, and I can see it because of the purple. Ow! Oh my gosh, so many plushies. Ouch. Owie. Well, they're not that ouchy because they're soft. They're soft little things.
Crab, please. Crab, crab. Frighten. Crab, 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 and.
I love that crab. Oh, I'm so okay. So some of you might have noticed that unfortunately there is a sound redeem that is gone, and it's the crab rave is gone. Do you want to know why? I got a copyright on it. Because apparently the guy is now like copywriting the song. I made sure to check that it was actually the actual producer. Yes, the actual producer has copyrighted the song. It basically what it would do is that if I got monetized on YouTube, if I got like monetized on YouTube, then basically whatever money that I would make from that particular video, some of it would go to the person, which is fine. Like I understand that. At least it's going to the actual person and not like somebody else, right? But yeah, I'm kind of sad that we can't have Crab Rave anymore. So I gotta think of a rave song that we can make. I might in the future save up some money and might commission for a rave song that we can use as a redeem, and then we can have like a little dance party, a little dance break. Dancing. But that's like sometime in the future. There's like a few things that I want to add to the stream in future for us to do. I just can't do it right now. But that's like one thing. I do actually want to commission like making some song stuff. There's like a few people that I've seen that do make songs that I kind of follow and enjoy kind of their stuff already. So yeah, we'll see what that does. But anyways, let me get out of that. That was Mello's thing, so they can now be thrown at me. I did share their drawing. They do know I sent it to them. And you can also see it in the Discord as well. But anyways, so this was the original sketch that I did like back in beginning of last year. And then this is the sketch now because I have changed a few things with how my 2.0 was looking. This was my 2.0 like design. So this is like the original design that I had going for it. It had longer hair. It still had like most of the dress stuff, but I had to change like a lot of stuff because unfortunately, Twitch does not like VTuber hips. It's too much. It's too much for them. So I had to sadly cover the hips that I oh so dearly wanted. But hey, you can technically still see them. It's just like they're just covered now. Sadly. But yeah. You know what the funny thing is? I'll say this much. What's very interesting to me is I still see VTuber models getting made that have their hips showing. So I'm like, okay, that's funny. But then I see like bigger creators that also have it. Like I'm talking like in companies that have it. And I'm like, huh. So does the rule just not apply to certain people or what? Because I don't know. Twitch is weird. I'll just say that much. I know like there's some stuff like that's good with this place, but like there's some stuff that I just go, why? 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 Why be like that? It make no sense. Anyways. Oh, I'm not in the right area. I need to move this over a little bit. There we go. Oh, wrong brush. I'm too big. Oh, I was like, wait, why is this like that? I'm dumb. This needs to be like that. And then you know, it's so funny. For my 2.0, whenever I like sketching where the earring has to be, I literally make an upside down cross. And because it's easy, that's like the structure of it. Funny enough, if I ever do like a goth outfit, I actually do want them to change into upside down crosses. That's on purpose. Actually, also, funny thing, so for those that don't know, I out and outside of VTubing and everything, IRL lore stuff, IRL lore, I was raised in the Catholic faith, and guess what? This was technically not seen as that of a demonic symbol. I know it's weird, but even though that we kind of said like, oh, you shouldn't be moving your cross upside down, we kind of like had that thing, but we never really knew why, but it wasn't seen as like, quote, demonic, because funny enough, this is actually Peter's cross. You know, Peter, the person that established the church, and if you don't know anything about Catholicism, we really like Peter. Like, we like Jesus, but we also like Peter because Peter was the first pope. That's what we call him. He was the first pope. So if this is Peter's cross, technically it is the Pope's cross if you think about it long enough. So technically, to us, this technically isn't demonic. So, and why is it called Peter's cross? Because Peter did not want to be put on the cross the same way that Jesus was, so he asked for his cross to be upside down. So he was crossed and nailed to a cross, and he was put upside down. Yippee! Catholicism lore. Now you know. The things that you probably didn't want to know on a VTuber stream, but now learned on a VTuber stream. I don't know why I know these fun facts. Do you want to know why I know most of these like fun facts, this situation? The reason I know most of these fun fact things is because I am really into a lot of like the more obscure stuff of the internet. So I kind of follow like this one creator called Windigoon. If you know Windigoon, good for you. And so I follow Windigoon, and he was the one that told me about this, that now I can tell to you. And he is, I believe he's Baptist. Which, if you don't know, even though that I was raised in Catholicism and he was raised as a Baptist, most of our stuff is pretty similar to each other. Like, it's literally the same book. Same book, but like I think like the reason that different things are separated the way they are is because it's interpreted differently, so that's why you get all the different stuff. And because Catholicism took over, or like Christianity took over like such a large part of everything, that's why like whenever you see things that are going to be a religious reference, more than likely it's going to be a Christian religious reference, because that religion is just so widespread. But every once in a while, there is, I would say that Evangelion actually is a good balance between Judaism and Christianity. And that's the only thing I'll say about Evangelion. Other than that, Evangelion, I don't know what the heck. When did you pop here? Have you always been here? I just saw a blink. It was my dog sleeping in her bed. Oh yeah, you did pop up here earlier because I had to move the controller. When you remember that your dog is here. You literally completely forgot she was here. And then you see just 2 eye blinks and you're like, what? And so you look over and you have to look and it's like, when did you get here? Oh my gosh. Anyways, I'm gonna move on from talking about like this sort of stuff. This is just like stuff that kind of fascinates me. It's more like a fascination with it than it is like, do I believe it anymore? Meh. That's why I say like, you know, I was raised in Catholicism, but I would say that I took some of the morals away from it. And, you know, it's fine. But other than that, like, I don't really go to church anymore. Actually, the only times I really step into a church was like, I think like the last time it was because my mom had like a Christmas concert or something. Because she's still very religious. So, you know, she goes to church all the time. Which she is going to church. Later. But, it's really good that we're talking about this on brand considering that tomorrow is literally Easter. But you know the funny, most interesting thing that I will tell you about? So I don't do this tradition anymore, but I used to. And what I would basically do is that we would watch a movie called The 10 Commandments. Yes, this was an actual movie. And no, it's not like the modern like 10 Commandments one. I think there's like another one. And it's not Prince of Egypt. No. It's I'm gonna erase this because this is actually on the sketch layer. It was like a movie that was like a music, like not a musical, like a theater play. So it was like kind of structured like a theater play, right? But the movie is like, the entire movie is like 4-5 hours long. It's a big movie. You can look it up. It's called the 10 Commandments. It's literally just called The 10 Commandments. It is an old movie from, I believe, the 60s and 70s. Has to be because it's in color. And of course, I'm gonna be honest here. Yes, all the people that are playing these characters are white, okay? Just get over it. It was the 60s and the 70s, all right? But I will say this much. The movie is actually pretty good for very much biblical biblical, like, I'm trying to remember what it is. Biblical reenactment. There we go. I think it's pretty good. It tells the story of Moses. It's pretty good. And the thing is what we would do, and bear in mind, this is a like Catholic household, okay? What we would do is that on Thursday and Friday, which was of course, you know, Holy Thursday and Good Friday, which Good Friday is also Passover, okay? We would watch on Thursday like the first half of the 10 Commandments, and then on Friday would watch the second half, which basically also has the Passover meal in it, right? And we would watch that movie on those days, which was so funny because literally we're Catholic. We're a Catholic family. So it's so funny that we did that in a sort of like strangest tradition. But then the more that I thought about it, because, you know, I kind of like went into like genetics things with like my mom and I, and like looking at her, and I was like, you know, it's really funny. My mom looks like she has an Ashkenazi Jewish nose, because Ashkenazi Jews kind of have like particular facial things, and I'm wondering if we have Ashkenazi Jew in us, because that would make so much sense to maybe for some reason why we might have done this as a tradition. Because then it would make sense, because we probably did have Passover maybe back in the day. And you want to know why I'm thinking this? Because one side of the family kind of came from those people in that area and moved to the United States during like a particular like movement, when there was like a movement happening. So I'm like, huh, I wonder if we have that in there. Funny things. But yeah, it's very interesting why we would do that, because it literally made no sense. But I will say, if you're a film snob and you want to really watch something that's very old and very good, I would go and watch The 10 Commandments. Great acting, great cinematography for the time. I think that cinematography actually still holds up to today. So, I haven't watched it in like so long, but I gotta watch it. I don't know. Sometimes I just like watch it for fun and stuff. I would used to watch that thing for fun. Which seems weird, but I would, you know, I'd watch it for fun. Anyways, I think that that's pretty on point with like the terms of like religious stuff. I will say, whenever I talk about religion on this area, on anywhere, Know that I'm only talking about it in relation to a fascination and just that of history and learning about it, and also just funny, weird connections that would happen in my life because I was raised in it. So that's the only times that I make connections. Or if we're watching, because I do want to do more reacting to analog horror. I want to do some more analog horror reactions. But there is one analog horror that I do want to rip apart, and it is on purpose because it uses AI to make it. And I'm gonna literally show how, like, you can have a good story, but nobody will listen if you do that, and then explaining why, you know? Kind of have like a lie, and sort of, what I'm gonna do is try and basically live react to it through other people's reaction, because I don't want to give that person views. And that's kind of how we're gonna kind of try and react to it. Oh my goodness. 24 months? Is that another? No. Well, it's upcoming to another baby. Because what, 9 months, 18 months is the second baby, 24 months, we're almost there. We're almost there. Gotta make another stream baby, man. Anyways, I'll stop talking now about that kind of stuff. But if you are ever fascinated in different stuff and the creepy side of the internet, I highly recommend going and watching like Wendigoon and stuff like that in order to, because he brings definitely a greater like religious aspect to it too. That I would say that a lot of analog horrors sometimes do go into religious stuff sometimes. So yeah, so he's like kind of knowledgeable in that stuff. So I think that that's really cool. That's why I like watching him in a way, is because it's like I kind of grew up in that. I kind of know what he's talking about. So like there's a rapport there. There's like I'm trying to think of like other stuff. That I do want to react to when it comes to like analog horrors and stuff like that. Because the thing is like I'm gonna be looking at it more from like a writing and artistic perspective, than actual other perspectives. Just because I can bring that to the plate. But yeah. So if you're ever interested in that, we're gonna be doing that in the future. I don't know when we're gonna be doing it. I have to get it together a little bit, if we're gonna be doing that at any point. So. Yippee. Remember, a true art stream is always you talk so much and barely do anything. That is the true art stream. I think I'm gonna block like a few things out in this, and then we're gonna actually switch to drawing George the Frog in a maid outfit, not a maid outfit, in a bodysuit. I'm sure Twitch will be fine with it. I mean, it's a frog. It's not a person. If Twitch has a problem, it's like, okay, call my lawyer. My lawyer is just my dog. No, my lawyer is just George. Look, George be good. George definitely has a law degree, okay? Hold on a minute. Huh? Don't corrupt the frog. The frog is already corrupted. What do you mean? You know what this frog says. Okay. Hold on a minute. Why is this not working again? Okay, hold on a minute. What is happening? I'm trying to like figure out why. Oh, nice. I'm glad that your hoodie's arriving tomorrow. George, run, my friend, run. No. Huh. I'm gonna disconnect and reconnect to Twitch. There we go. Okay, Jose, can you try it again? Can't wear it to everyone. Oh. Hold on. Let me try. I don't know why George is being weird. I might have to. Is George working? Can you guys hear him? That's so weird. I don't know why George isn't working. It's funny because when I literally do this,
Pog online poggers.
that works. If I work it through, if I do it through, Mix It Up, it works. He works through Mix It Up. But I shouldn't have to make a redeem in order for Mix It Up to work. That's so weird. It's not playing whatever Twitch says it is. Oh, wait, what? When did this change? Wait, hold on. Random voice redeem name. Name of the channel points redeem used to redeem with random voice. Yeah, we're not doing that. George is not on straight. Like, what is happening? Oh. Apparently Twitch disconnects. Try enabling this all connection. You must be logged in though. Alright, hold on. I turned that on. Maybe it'll work now. Maybe.
Test.
Oh my gosh, it works. Oh my gosh, for some reason alt connection was turned off. So I turned it back on. And we have George, ladies and gentlemen. And all in between. Oh my gosh. Hooray. Yippies. Yippies all around. Oh my gosh. I was like, there has to be something in here. Why is everything being like the way that it is? I'm like, something's wrong. I figured it out. Okay, well, in the future, we gotta make sure that that's checked on. So now, you can make George say random stuff again. Yippies! I would have been so sad if we like, you know, I go away, I'm not streaming, whatever, stuff like that, and it's like,
You will hear from my lawyers.
did they say Riz or lawyers? I heard Riz. I will hear from your Riz, George. I think that that's actually correct.
Council of Flies. Determine her fate.
What do you mean Council of Flies? George, what do you mean by Council of Flies?
No more snoo or chocolate for you.
Well, I don't really do much snooing, so I mean, like, that's kind of like whatever. But chocolate? You would take my chocolate? Why? What did I do to you? I didn't do anything to you. George, you've asked to be put in a princess outfit. You've asked for a bunch of things to be put in. Why are you not, what, you don't want to be put into a bunny outfit? Too bad. Too bad. You're getting put in one. You know, the funny thing is, I'm gonna put George in like so many funny little outfits and stuff, like a dog, and then George's lore comic is gonna drop, and everyone's gonna be like, "What the fuck? How did this become George?" And I'll be like, "Yes." I will make you all suffer. That's how I normally do it. Oh my gosh. That's how I normally do it. Oh my gosh. It is so hard to figure out where to put my mic during my like art streams because my mic is in the freaking way. Give my little.
My sex appeal cannot be contained. But you scammed my lovely fans out of my TTS. For that you will hear from my lawyers.
Okay, I didn't scam them out of it. Apparently something that was supposed to be turned on was turned off. That wasn't me. That was the computer. The computer programming decided it wanted to be turned off. It was the one that truly refused. If anything, you need to take it up with BTS Pog, okay? That's who you need to take it up with, not with me. I didn't know it needed to be turned on. I'm dumb. Was I supposed?
Balif, cut her balls off.
George, I don't have balls. I mean, if you're coming to take my boobs, that would be so much better. My back would appreciate it. You can't take something I want removed. So bailiff, please take them. They're too heavy for me.
Nah, that's Dad's job to hold them.
What, to hold them like in what anime was it? What was the anime or manga called? It was like Ragnarok something, whatever. I forget what it was, but it was like Aphrodite has those massive honker donkers and it's all being held by the men. I'm like, yeah, I need that. I need that procession in my life. You guys don't understand, but okay, my VTuber model has very big boobs. Those are accurate. That is accurate to how big my boobs are. Because my booba is very big. I have naturally very big booba. And unfortunately, because I have naturally big booba, my back hurts a lot. So that's why I become shrimp. Because they weigh me down. They weigh me down more than my depression. Okay? And that's pretty big. That's a lot. So sometimes you just kind of want them removed, you know? Honestly, I've been thinking about binding, but I feel like my boobs would be too big. Sometimes the booba a little too big and cannot fit into binds as much as you want them to. So you have to deal with it and all of that sort of stuff. Honestly, I want to get some like corsets actually to wear. Not because of shapewear, but actually to support my back. So that my boobs don't hurt my back too much. That's why back in the day, we didn't have to worry about our boobs being too big and massive. We had a corset to help us hold them up. So we didn't need to worry about them being too big. Now we do. Because we just got these flimsy, itty bitty little bras. And I'm sorry, but those shoulder straps don't hold nothing. They hold nothing. I don't know what they're supposed to be holding, but they don't hold anything. And you're basically pulling down a bunch of weights on your shoulders all the goddamn time, and you're telling my little itty bitty shoulders, my little weak ass shoulders to carry my big ass boobs? Nah, we can't do that. Eons. Anyways. Now you know what feminine rage really is. Also, I don't know why, but more frequently I've been getting my southern accent. And by the way, for women are scary. Yes, they are. Now you know why women deal with such rage most of the time. The bigger the boobs, the more rage they have. You wanna know where they store it? In their massive ass boobs. Because we can't take shit from anybody. Literally, don't even. Don't even. Okay. Actually be afraid of women with massive boobs, okay? Because trust me, they have a lot of back pain and a lot of pettiness to go with it. Trust on that. Also, ads are going to be starting soon. I don't know, like, when exactly, because it always tells me, like, oh, your ads are going to be starting soon. And I'm like, oh, really? And then I sit here for like a solid minute and I'm like, when are ads supposed to be starting? And it just doesn't know when it actually wishes to start. There we go. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. We'll put some other effects and stuff.
Dad will require extra booby privileges, and as his lawyer we are willing to negotiate.
I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Ooh. Oh, hooray, ads are finished. Hello and welcome back, everybody. I hope that you had very interesting ads. I always like it when people have interesting ads because then they can come back and report on their weird, interesting ads. So what were your interesting ads? I wish to know. Mostly because Twitch is weird. And if you've opted out, I feel like you get really weird ads if you've opted out. I get really weird ads when I opt out of stuff. Oh, this one can't go behind. This one needs to go in front. Okay. My computer really tries to process when I do that, when I mess up like that. It's like, I can't process this. Why are you doing this? It's like, bro, just process it. It's like, no, it's gonna take me a little bit of power. Hold on. I feel like some people might be like wondering, you know what the funny thing is that even though that the bottom of my 2.0 dress basically has tentacles, like kind of like little thingies at the bottom, technically I don't make them very big or like have it where I have like big giant tentacles, but I also, because I was like, you know what, I feel like a lot of people whenever they do like eldritch horror kind of VTubers, that they always have tentacles. Now, not all of them do. I would say the two things I have noticed when it comes to like eldritch horror kind of things is they either go for a lot of eyes or tentacles. Like those are the two favorite ones. Or they mix both, which one of them kind of makes sense for. But for me, I did do tentacles, but I didn't do it as much and only at the base bottom of the dress. And the second thing is, it's more part of the dress. She doesn't have it. So it's not like attached to her body. It's actually just the dress that has it. And the other thing is, I went with a lot of teeth and mouth symbolism. Because I feel like too many people do eyes. Very rarely do I see stuff with like mouth. Now I'm seeing more of it, which I'm very happy about. There's another VTuber that recently debuted that's a mimic, and I was like, yes, my kin. The reason I say that is because I do at one point want to make a Halloween outfit or like something for Halloween that I think will be very on brand for us. That's actually a mimic. So, and what I mean by actually a mimic, I mean like more of kind of like an anglerfish here. Let me like draw this in here like really quickly. I had like an idea for a model. Basically, I would take kind of the top half portion of my model. So it'd be the top half portion. But then of course, like I would have like more like poses. I would have different poses and stuff. And then the bottom half portion of it would be inside of a chest. And it would be open chest. Because I would be referencing like a mimic from D&D. Of course it would have teeth. I wouldn't have teeth. But that's how that would work. So it would be like that. But then, you know, we could put like eyes here. We could put like different stuff. We could put like other teeth things here, you know, like we could do a lot of stuff, right? Of course, we could put like gold and treasure. Mimic, there's one of those in Monster Girls Encyclopedia. I know, that's what I'm referencing. That's the reference. No, but there's an actual VTuber that is a mimic. Like his entire, he's not like a mimic. He's more like a humanoid mimic, but he has cool stuff. He does like a lot more ASMR streams, which I'm surprised by. I was not expecting that. But then again, I love that contradictory. Because to me, it's like, you know, I'm supposed to be like a cosmic being of the universe. And then it's like, play Stardew Valley. You know, like, like it's a contradiction, right? And that's like, that's the purpose. But yeah, that was an idea that I had for doing like for doing that. I will say the reason that I want to do it in future is because I actually want to update my 2.0. I will want to update my 2.0 model in the future, and I might have to redo it because I'm working on a different, I can work now on a bigger canvas size. So I'm going to be actually making it on a bigger canvas size. So yeah, there's going to be that. So we're going to be working with like a bigger size for it. And when working with a bigger size, it does mean that I might need to re-rig a lot of stuff. And honestly, I kind of like re-rigging models from scratch sometimes because, you know, I can literally look at the past blueprint, and if I like something from like that area, then I can just copy and paste it onto the new one and just make it bigger. It's not that much of a problem. It really isn't. Like, for example, I love the ear wiggles and stuff, so I might like redo that. So there's like certain stuff that I'll just pull from the original. Basically, it'll be like a Frankenstein monster of what I kind of want to do. So, but then what I'll be doing is then taking that half portion and literally cutting the thing in half and then making it so it does that. But so then it's like, hey, I already have like majority of it rigged, and then like putting new clothes on it and then fixing a few things. So this is like a really future thing that I want to do because I want to kind of make it look like I can also turn the entirety of the chest. And I kind of want to like experiment with a few other things before I kind of do like a fuller thing of this. I might even just, for fun shits and giggles, make a scuff version of it, which means like a really just poorly drawn one, just to kind of see how it would work and play around with it and have fun. So might experiment on it with it live maybe, if I want to like show you guys like kind of what I'm doing with experimentations. But yeah, so I always like thinking of like cool ideas like that, just because it's interesting, and I don't think like most people kind of do that sort of stuff or have like really unique models like that. I think like, you know, nowadays in the indie sphere, you're always going to see really interesting, unique models, but most of the time, most of the models that I do see with people is pretty much the basic formula of just a person, maybe with a horn, like some horns and wings, and that's pretty much it. So that's why I wanted, even like with my 2.0, to have like the weird mouth. Of course I have pointed ears and horns, that's kind of like a default, but then you have like this weird mouth, and you also have like weird ass hands, which is something that a lot of VTubers don't do. So it kind of like breaks the mold of what the model itself like looks like. And again, there's plenty of other interesting VTubers out there as well. I hope it comes all over you. I'll shut up now. Remember guys, I'm a Say So streamer. Very wholesome. Well, I would say I'm Say So, but I'm not wholesome. I'm gonna like turn this down.
As his lawyer, we hope you come soon, but only when Dad says you can.
Deal. Oh my gosh.
And this is the moment Tart got into edging.
No. No. Don't yippee me for that. No. Bad. You know what I forgot to do? You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to turn on stream avatars. It's because I don't have it in my little setup. I need to do that. It'll be auto-connecting. I completely forgot to set up stream avatars. There they go. Little buddies. You know what the fun thing is that I could do? Hold on. So, the fun thing with stream avatars is it only shows you how many people are actually in your chat. But if you kind of are feeling lonely, you can always do this. It seems a little disingenuous, but you know what? I want a bunch of frogs on my screen, so that's how we're doing it. What's this? Ah, I see. Mama, mama, ba.
Look at all my simps.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, true. They do kind of be looking like that, don't they, George? You know what the funny thing is that I kind of want to... Hold on a minute. Don't worry. Don't worry. I just don't like that they're kind of like hiding back here. There we go.
I'm so caked up the clap from my cheeks attracts all frogs in a 10-mile radius.
Oh my gosh. Holy snap. No, not George. I mean, I guess, but also no. No, no. Oh, hold on. This, then this, and then this. Oh. There we go. Hmm. Every once in a while, I don't know if I'm having like audio hallucinations or what, but every once in a while I just hear like random sounds and stuff and like music and stuff. And I'm like, I know that certain music is not being played through my speakers, so where's the music coming from? It's like, it's like in games, it's like, why did that audio cut out suddenly? And then all of a sudden the music starts playing. It's like, why is it really weird? Why is the music weird? Guys, I think my house might be haunted. No surprise there, honestly. Alright. I think I'm getting to, like, a good... just realized that there's like not an area like down here, kind of. Oh, not the lasso. I don't need the lasso. Me.
As Dad's lawyer, he is legally required to daily 30-minute kisses and a 1-hour pegging session. Wait, that wasn't in the agreement? Then who wrote that down? Mum, did you write that?
Maybe. I shall neither confirm nor deny. Can I plead the fifth? Can I plead the fifth instead on that? Oh my gosh. Was that? Plead the fifth and then immediately burp. Oh my gosh. Seems pretty average for me, honestly. Anyways. I think...
As your lawyer, I pray for your butthole, Dad.
Oh, I was gonna say, anyways, I think that this is like pretty good start on like blocking. We might like do more of this like later or like next time or when in my off time. Actually, another piece I'm kind of working on is... Hold on, let me go and find it. Gotta find it. Here we go. I kind of also started like blocking this out a little bit too. Is this one? Eee. This is also one that I like kind of started making, and then I kind of stopped, and I kind of want to start again. Honestly, depending on how well this one goes, I might turn it into a t-shirt design. Just because it kind of works as like a t-shirt design, you know? It's all encompassing, it's not like going too much beyond stuff, you know? It depends how I want to do it. There's a few like things, like art prints and stuff that I'm like currently working on. Like even this one I could turn into a t-shirt print if I wanted to. But yeah, let me just exit out of these ones. And now, it's your favorite, George, in a bunny suit. We're gonna sketch it, and I'm gonna try and finish it today. We're gonna see how far we get.
I am George, attorney at law. My legal advice is shit and my legal practice is worse. But I will have you plead whoopsie daisy and I will bullshit all my responses and hopefully win your case through brain rot.
George, did you pass the bar? Are you sure you're a legally practicing lawyer? Did you pass the bar, George? That's what we really need to know.
I passed 5 bars on the way here and I drank at all of them.
That's not the kind of bar I was talking about, but, I guess. I don't know if that works, but you know what? Somewhere it does. Actually, before we go and do this, I'm actually going to take a little break. So I'm going to play some ads. And you will get to enjoy George dancing. So we'll be right back after these ads.
I just copied the person next to me.
Sometimes you just need to get up and walk away for a bit. Because sometimes, I start getting like, some irritation around like my eyes. Because I've been staring at screens. And also because of my back. So I have to always get up. And I'm trying to do better by listening to my body. And getting up when I should probably get up. So, then and I need to use the little god's room anyways, so best time to do it. So we are now going to be turning the wonderful, the lovely, the optuous George the Frog into a frog in a bunny suit. Now the true question is like, what pose do I give George? There's only like so many poses you can kind of give a frog. And I've learned that some poses that you try and give them might be a little like, well, it doesn't look like a frog anymore, you know? So, that's like the one part of having a frog. Yeah, they don't have very much like limb movements and stuff, so it's like, what are you supposed to do? So, I have a feeling, hold on. Gonna just give them a little, you gotta give them their little chubby body. It is a little bit circular, but we'll do this for right now. Kind of lean it, point it into a tail. And I kind of want
I have the body of a god.
You do. Kind of want to...
Definitely sexier than mum.
do a little... Wah, 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 wah. What do you mean that you can confirm George is sexier than me? Well... I think I feel like when people see what George's actual form is, I feel like a lot of people are gonna be like, why the fuck did you change it? Why are they a frog? We could have had this.
This is my true form.
George, I think you've been in that form for a little too long to be like. I'm retconning your lore, George. That form is your punishment form, but I think you've gotten a little too accustomed to it that you're just like, nope, I am now frog. Technically, in lore, George has 3 forms. Their actual form, their frog...
You can retcon these nuts.
Should I just leave and just let you be in charge, George? Should I just leave?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, this is not gonna work right. It's hard. I need to give your little Okay, so see, this is the problem. Doesn't look like a frog anymore. This is the problem that we deal with. Is like it has to still be frog-ish shaped. Right? I think it's froggy enough.
Do the pose from the back like the Waddles meme.
Like the Waddles meme? What's the Waddles meme? Oh, no, I've tried to do you from the back, George. It just didn't work. Yeah, I
Tito
have done
drop kick
that.
the tax's veal creature that is hunting him and close the door. I almost didn't make it. A storm is checking in. To ensure check-in is complete, please give me your credit card. You've tried doing me from the back? Pervert.
No, 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 no. I tried drawing you from the back and I fucked it up. Okay, no. I tried drawing you from the back perspective and it didn't work. No, 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 don't know. You guys made it weird.
Why
No.
are doing think in the back very sizo?
You guys made it weird. It wasn't me. It was you. You all made this weird. No, you all got caught in 4K. You guys made it weird. Why did you all make it weird? It wasn't weird. You guys had to go make it weird. Why? I could try and see if I can do it from the back, but I can't get you to turn. That's the problem.
I know that wasn't you, was your mind against your body, a typical move.
I tried to do it from the back, but I'm too fat. Yeah, exactly. No, literally, George is like too roundish to be doing it. The reason that Waddles works is because he's long enough. But if you're too pudgy and stuff and too short and stout, it doesn't look good. I've tried. It doesn't look right. It literally doesn't look right at all.
Out of context clips.
Go ahead, have your shitty out of context clips for the day. Yes, I am gonna make George leaning up against a pole. 'Cause of course I am. And of course George be getting money. George be getting them dollar bills. Well, hold on. It's gotta be a big giant dollar bill. Hold on. Let me sketch it on another layer. Has to be some big ass dollar bills, cause it's a frog.
Mom sees me in my G-strings and wishes she could pull this off. My madam, if you wanted I contribute my back, for the chat and the people back speak boo sad.
Oh my gosh. Why have I decided to do this? It's like, I don't know. I don't know why I've done this to myself. This is so funny. And I can't. Hear me out. Fluorescent George stickers and oh my god. You gotta give me some references if I want to do that, cause that's like the one problem is I gotta do that for like I gotta get more references for that.
You gotta look like a piece of roast ham with the fishnets.
I don't know if I can do that, George, but I'll try. Let me just like sketch your little outfit here. Oh my gosh. Roast ham. Hold on. Well, first off, I kind of have to turn this down a little bit so that then I can make them. There we go. Little nice.
Remember my art, you have to. The taxes broke into the sage place and Tito drags him and asks for help with his chibi hands and stabs the taxes. Art help
No.
Patrick Star wishes he had legs like mine.
Oh my god, you do look like Patrick Star with this! I didn't think about that. Oh my god. Think about that. There's something on the other side of the room pointing at my screen to police repeating, what? I'm drawing George in a funny outfit. Wait, did you just say?
Opie, your husband is watching gay butt sex.
You know, headphone gang? Oh my god. No, you know, do you want to know the reason that I have this be 18 plus? It's not because of me. It's because of George. The chat.
Damn it, I've been bamboozled again.
Damn it. Oh my gosh. Ah, don't worry, that's pretty average, isn't it? Bamboozled these nuts. Anyways. But we are all responsible adults. Now, what is the best type of butt? You know, we actually can answer what the best type of butt is. Butt butter. I will not elaborate further. It is what it is. If chat wishes to educate others on the holiness of butt butter, you may.
Our Lord and Savior, the butter of all butts.
Yeah.
A butt with butt, nice choice to make it more breakfasty.
Yep. If you don't know what the origins of butt butter is,
add butter, 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 add butter.
Let's just say that this particular redeem came from that. The add butter was placed in, but then we got butt butter. If you want to see the saga of butt butter, you can go and check.
I'm sure it's not that noticeable.
That took a second.
All right.
Jose, you did not just jar me. Great, now I'm jarred. Great. Why have you forsaken me by placing me in the jar? buttered, bald, and jarred. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yep. Just a typical day here, drawing a frog and this and I feel like if anyone were to come into the stream right now, they'd be so questioning, and I would just go, look, we don't question a lot of things here. You're just gonna have to deal with how this is. It is what it is, and it is chaos.
You wish you had my sex appeal. A storm is checking in. To ensure check-in is complete, please give me your credit card.
Do you like your gem with jelly? Jelly or butter? No! Oh my gosh, butt jelly. No, we don't need to add butt jelly. I hate jelly. We're not doing that. No butt jelly. Oh, my hair. Yay. Yippee.
I prefer jam, 'cause I can't jelly these nuts in you.
Why? You know, I should be surprised with this conversation, but I'm not. I know, right? It's like, what is happening in this conversation? I don't know, but I'm here for it.
If I see a butt that I like, I put it like this, proceeds to put accent, I like you and I want you, we can do this the easy way or the hard way, the choice is yours. I hope someone know the reference, also and a butt with spice.
Oh my gosh. And added butter, oh my gosh.
Peak engagement and enrichment farming.
I guess so. Oh, Matt, I finally figured out what broke George. Apparently I didn't turn on a button, and that's why George was not working last stream. A button was turned off that didn't need to be turned off, and it was turned off. Yeet. Hello, Mellow.
We will be suing for restitutions.
Why? The butt button. Did someone literally... Tina, why did you say it's the butt button? No. Oh my gosh. You know, I think I've given up on trying to figure out what's going on in stream anymore. At some point, you just kind of give up. Ow! Ow! Oh my god! Ow! Damn! Ouch! But...
As a lawyer who passed 5 bars on the way over here, I can say I've passed a bar and my clients would like for you to skibbity and pay them their sigma for their phantom tax.
What? I understood maybe like none of that. What? Okay, how am I supposed to abide by it when I don't even know what the frick it was saying? This is my argument to the butt court. Oh my gosh. When did we get a court? What is
the brain
happening?
rot approach is working. We have a valid case to win now.
I feel like this isn't my stream. You know what? At some point in the stream, it doesn't become my stream anymore. It's chat's stream now. Because I'm going to be honest, I am confused.
You're just here for emotional support.
Wow. Am I your emotional support streamer? George, I thought you were supposed to be my emotional support animal. What happened?
There's been a mutiny.
I guess so. And apparently I was unaware of this mutiny until just now.
Throw her overboard.
I'm not a pirate! We're not on a pirate ship! If you want a mutiny, ask Lacey.
We start the session of the butt court with the judge incontinenti buttocks, the lawyer butt crack, by the butt button charges against the accused Madam Art for the charges of butt button in 3rd degree.
What? I'm like, I've lost. What is happening?
Not on a pirate ship. How do you explain all this booty, then?
Why do you all have better comebacks to everything happening better than I do? I think it's because I lost the plot of all of this like long ago. I have no idea what's happening anymore. I'm just, you know what? I'm just here for the emotional ride because, oh my gosh. Why am I being tried?
I'm in danger!
Why am I being tried in butt butter cart? Why is there a mutiny happening? What happened with the booty? What is happening anymore? I'm just more confused. Should I just, you know what? I'm just gonna nod my head and just be like, yeah, this is totally normal. Honestly, if you've never popped into a stream before, this is pretty normal.
Silence, peasant. Your captain is speaking.
Did I just get silenced by my own frog? You know, George, I can always put you in the corner. You know what? You know what? Just for that, George is going in the corner. George, come here. Where's my... They're getting put away in the corner. They're gonna be right there. In the corner. You know what you did?
The accused is having a panic butt moment. The butt court asked for the defendant lawyer butt crack to control the Madam Art of gonna be charges with back attack.
You're staying over there in that corner for a
Viva
reason.
la revolution.
No, no Viva la Revolution. You cannot Viva Revolution. You're in the corner for a reason.
I'm sure it's not that noticeable. Hold!
Making me fall isn't gonna do anything. It's not gonna get George back on the head.
All right.
If I'm in the corner, I take your hair.
No. You're staying in the corner no matter what, George. You've been misbehaving all stream. So you're in the corner now. You're gonna be there until my hair comes back. If you take my hair again, the timer starts over. You must learn your lesson.
The Vivala Revolution, named for Frank Vivala, the inventor of the butt. The invention of the butt allowed for many such innovations as sitting, twerking, and butt posting.
And what hosting? What hosting? I feel like I missed something.
The invention of the butt allowed for us to evolve as a species. The larger the butt, the higher your status.
Good, because I got a big ass.
She lies.
Oh, look at that. My hair has returned. You are now out of the corner. Will you be good? You can now be out of the corner.
No.
Of course you're not. Well, you're still going back on my head.
For the butt empire, booty bold, break the mold, butts unite, never cold.
I should have never said anything about butts, because apparently now this is just a butt stream.
Sponsored by Tina Belcher.
Oh, no, we're not sponsored by... I swear to God, if I ever open up like things for sponsorships and stuff, and then all of a sudden a butter company starts saying, hey, can you sponsor our butter? I'd be like, oh my God, yes. Imagine being sponsored by a butter company. That'd be the funniest thing ever, but it would be so on brand right now. I will never live the butt butter down.
For the butt emperor, we must slay the heretics. Don your armor, butt marines.
You know, George, you're one to talk about heretic stuff, so, Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. George's lore.
Slay the purple heretic.
Excuse me? What do you mean? Look at these. Look at these legs. Look at your froggy legs, George. You appreciate them? I hope you do.
If you clap your cheeks fast smooth, we can create a frequency that stuns art and that makes her docile.
Oh, wait, what? Wait, excuse me? What? I don't think that that's a possibility. You guys be looking like She-Hulk out here with your ass. Just clapping them cheeks. Making them shockwaves.
Chocolate also has a similar effect.
I think chocolate is a much better one. Well, you know what? It is coming up to that time of the month, so the chocolate might do better things.
First chapter of the butt-buttism. In lands where curves would never tire, rose bold and proud the butt empire. With thrones of cheeks and sass so smart, they crowned their muse, the empress of art. She sketched each booty, wide and round, with strokes so fierce they shook the ground. From canvas to throne, she played her part, a masterpiece born of flesh and art. Oh no, she's ovulating. Pray for dad.
I Oh my gosh. Thank you for the rhymes. I loved that. That was great. Jose ruined it. Oh my gosh. You know, I was gonna ask something, but I feel like my answer will be answered just immediately. I was gonna say, if you walked into a club and you saw the dancer being this amazing little frog, would you throw money at it? Do you want to? No! No, please, no! No, no, no! Please don't do that! No! I need to practice rhymes in English. No, please. No, I don't need one about ovulating. Not, only
Through
my
storm
partners.
and thunder, you hear it from the land down under. An ass so tight we rule with might. Cheeks so tense it builds suspense. Fear my mighty ass.
When did everyone become poets? Why is everyone becoming a poet? And why is it good? Why are they actually good rhymes? By the way, poetry doesn't need to rhyme, but goddamn, what is happening? But I still want an answer to my question. Would you guys actually throw dollar bills at this frog? If you walked into the club and you saw this.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. You're a bottom.
Okay, how is that supposed to rhyme? Because bottom doesn't rhyme with any of that. You failed. You know, in my off time, I actually do like writing rhymes. Or, not rhymes, but poems. Jail? Oh my gosh. Why am I being jailed? I did nothing wrong.
In the butt empire she sits on high, empress art with a glance that could light the sky. Her booty commands, no need to conspire, one royal shake ignites desire. Thrones may crumble, kings retire, but her cheeks alone fuel the fire.
What the heck? What is with all of these poetry drops? Oh my gosh. I will say this much. You got it. You got it. You probably are writing better than most native speakers, I'm gonna be honest. People that learn in the English language speak it better than native speakers. I'll tell you that much. Oh my gosh. Man, out here being poets, my guy. Poetry. When did I have such talented people in my chat? I think you guys were always here. My inspiration for a rhyme was a goblin. Nice. What color are we gonna make George's outfit? Do we go with traditional black? Black bunny suit? I think that's tradition. Oh my god. Tito, you can like write fucking raps out here. Like, honestly, the Goblin I tried her hype is called Blix of the movie legend. Ah. Tito, you can write raps out here. If you can do this in a chat, you can write raps. Okay, that was not supposed to rhyme, but it did. It kind of rhymed. At least in my head, I feel like it did. Oh my gosh.
Clip, clap, clop. You drop the tass from the top. The jiggle, the wiggle, it makes men fickle, for only a cheek as fine as yours can start and end wars. Clap, clap, clap. The melody of that ass, yet nothing compared to that sass. An ass so big you can say you got 'em. Just don't forget you're a bottom.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna try and make a whole compilation of this. Cause this is the funniest shit. You guys are so great. I have a little stutter problem, but English is gone, so that's why. Ah. Well, yeah. I do have I feel like I have a stutter problem as well, but it's just because my brain just runs too fast and my mouth can't keep up. My mouth can't keep up with all these words. There's too many words in the English language. Laura listening to her absolute bangers. Oop, no. I wanted... Oh. Let me just move these down a little bit more. You should do a POV from the back where it's just a dollar. No. No, I'm not gonna do that. No. No. There's no amount of money that you could pay me to do that. Hydrate? I'll hydrate. Gotta get that water in me.
The Empress reigns with a sway and a shake, her empire built on every step she takes. A kingdom of power, where cheeks are the crown, boat to her throne, or be tossed around. Her backside's the symbol, her strength, her might. The but empire rules, in day and in night, because those cheeks shall not scape my sight.
Oh my gosh. What? I have no words. In my opinion, the clothes of the tempting frog looks better in red. Oh! You want me to put it in red? Okay, hold on. Let's do two versions. So we'll do one in normal, and we'll do one in red. Oh, yeah, the red really pops. Wowza. So, yeah, that red really pops. We'll go with red.
Hear me out, do a version where everything is just censored as a joke.
What? Everything is a joke. I'm a joke. Censors myself. Wait, actually, I think I could do that in VTube Studio. I could actually make it be censored. Oh my gosh. Imagine for a minute. That would be hilarious. But it would also censor George, because it doesn't just, it affects everything in VTube Studio, unfortunately, which means George would be affected too. Dumb. Let me just do that.
See the red, and like the old saying, in war every hole is a trench. Where there's a hole there's a goal.
No.
Where the goal I put the ball even if is a great haul.
I'm gonna try and finish up George. I want George to be finished today.
These hips made and toppled kingdoms. Sorry mom, I'm just diva.
I know you are. You are just a little diva. Ow! Ah, I feel your love. Out. A very painful love. But ouchies.
Yay, is a total diva the good thing the art did all the background of that diva lol.
Yeah. Honestly, at this
Mom
point,
can be a
Jordan is
diva
total
too sometimes.
Huh? True, Jose, I can. When it comes to certain things, yeah. Oop. Oh, I'm sorry for all your eyes. I didn't mean. I know. I apologize for your eyes.
We
Yeah,
gone blind.
I didn't mean to flashbang y'all.
It's okay, we will settle this in court. George, attorney at law. In the history books it will say, and I quote, Empress art the most powerful of the first Bacterian era and unmatched philosophy of the Bacterian arts. The legacy of at is very, but the most remembered is the Buddhism. Try a horizontal gradient on overlay at 10% opacity from a warm yellow or orange to a cool blue or purple.
Where? Over George? Like this? No, not that.
On me.
Like from the light? Okay, Jose be cooking. Jose be cooking. I know you said 10%, but I feel like 10 would be a little too, maybe 30, because I kind of want to see that color a little bit more. Do a similar effect on George himself? Oh, you want me to do it on George? Okay, hold on. Let me just... Oh, no, don't stop. I hate when this does that. I'm trying to slide the opacity.
We cooking.
We cooking. I wanted to put another thing over top of this. So let me just do this. Say normal. Clear it. Hold on. I'm not done yet. Gonna do that. Try color dodge too. That's what I was gonna do on this. And I might actually go back in and change these highlights to color dodge. Yeah, the same yellow I'm using here, I'm gonna use for that. There we go. That will work. And then turning it down a little bit more. I just want to, like... and then I'm gonna pull her... and then I'm gonna go back down to George here. Make this... oh, not add glow. Color dodge. There we go. So instead of it being white, it's now that.
Make my bunny suit bedazzled.
I wish I could, George, but I don't think I can at the moment. I don't have enough I don't have enough skill at that to make it bedazzled. There we go. This is Why is it so good? Why is it so good? Okay, do you want to know what the actual Easter thing
I
is
look
coming
like
out?
Jessica Rabbit.
You do look like Jessica Rabbit! Oh my gosh.
Now bedazzle me.
I don't have bedazzle stuff, George. You look good. You look good as you are. No, I literally can't. I would have had to go and do that like in the original, and I would have to redo some stuff, and I don't want to do that. Do you guys want to know what the actual Easter one that you're getting tomorrow is? It's this. That's what you're getting for Easter. That, and now you're gonna get this. Like, also. So. You're welcome. What is my life anymore? We eating good tomorrow? Oh my gosh.
Where's Bunny Girl at?
Not this time. Just adding like a little bit more of that like dust. There. I think we're done. We're done. What have I done here? What have I cooked up? It's just a watermark for, you know, other things. But I do try and turn it down pretty low so you don't notice it. Alright. They're getting saved out. Did I? Yes. Just wanted to make sure that I was saving it out as a JPEG. There we go. And just like that, it saved out. Oh, what am I doing with my life? Got a degree. I make this stuff and then I tell myself, I got a degree in art. Now what do? I do this. This is what I do with my life. But you know what? We're gonna end stream on that because I actually do need to go. So, oh my gosh. I will try and make a little compilation of all of your poetry. I'll try my best to make it a little compilation and try and put that on the main YouTube because that was freaking hilarious. I loved that. That was brilliant. You guys... Oh my gosh. Just... George's poetry. It's just so beautiful. Oh my gosh. But I was not expecting to actually draw this today, but you know what? It works. It works, and I hate that it does. I might put this in my little art thing at the top that we have here. In the art slideshow. Everyone's gonna be like, is that a frog in a bunny outfit? It's like, yes, that's George the frog in a bunny outfit. Get it right. Oh my goodness. But anyways, without any further ado, let us. Sorry, I just now. Oh my gosh. I was just thinking with lettuce. Lettuce. Let me exit out of here. And then what I want to do is see who the heck else is streaming as well, so that I may raid them. Mama. Mama. Who is available? Who? Wait. Oh my gosh! You know what? They got ads playing right now. Hold on. Apparently one of my model children is debuting their fucking model. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? Because my model child is debuting their model, we are going to raid them. I was not, they did not inform me or tell me, but we shall raid them because model child. Always appreciate my model children. So let me get the raid message going. Oh, I always forget that. I don't need to do that. I really don't.
Mom, you birthed another? I don't need more competition.
Don't worry, George. There's no competition when I got you always. I know today was definitely a shorter stream. Well, is it shorter? I don't know. But anyways, tomorrow we are going to be doing some more Monster Hunter. It will be, of course, open to the squad. So if you're part of the squad, you can join. And here, let me actually be saying all these messages. But for the most part, my plan is to just farm. Do as much farming as possible. We might beat up some stuff and maybe play through the event of literally beating up the Chatacabra just so I can level up my armor pieces. But also just kind of like having some fun, hunting around, just kind of getting stuff done. And again, anyone can join as long as you're part of the squad. It is open to the squad. But yeah, so that's the plan tomorrow. And then, I'm trying to like remember. And then, there's no planned streams next weekend, but I might stream next weekend. So it probably will just be one stream a week. We'll probably go down to one. Just because I'm gonna be doing stuff for like 2.0 stuff, so I'm gonna be like adding some things here and there. So I'm gonna try and stream as least as possible while I'm adding and doing a few things. So yeah. But without any further ado, as I always say, may the winds guide you. Until next time, go and show my model child some love. And good